Hey everyone, I'm Georgia and welcome to the Farm.ily. So I am super excited for today's videos because we are going to be talking about one of my favorite animals. Just a quick reminder, if you've not already, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. I'm super excited. So what we're going to be talking about today is our miniature Zebu. These are some of the most unique and cool animals we have here on the farm, in my opinion anyways. And I just want to talk to you guys kind of about them, why they are so good, and why you need some. So, our miniature Zebu, I'm going to flip around. I just got out here. And here's a couple of them. So, miniature Zebu, they originated in South India. They were used mainly as draft animals and for milking. So, look how cute they are. I think they're just the cutest little things ever. So, as I said, they are miniature Zebu. So, being those miniature, first you can tell, they're just small animals. But they can really range in size. So, they can range anywhere from about 28 inches tall all the way to 42 inches tall. And then they can be about 200 pounds all the way to 600 pounds, about an average size. So there are a lot of different sizes, so you can pick what size works for best for whatever needs you have. I prefer the small ones just because they do work good for me, and those are what I like. So I'm going to actually show you our smallest one versus one of our biggest ones. So this is our little bull, and he is 29 inches at the hip. So that's how you measure them, is right there at the hips. And then this here is Missy, and she is actually our tallest one at about 40 inches. So most of our females range about 36 inches to about 40 inches, and then our male is 29 inches. So the miniature Zebu work really good for people, especially who like own a homestead or are just getting into farming. First, because of their small size, but they are multi-purpose. So one thing they can be used for that they're really popular for is being milked. Their small size, they produce less milk, obviously, than your full-size cow would. And a full-size cow generally just produces way too much milk for a smaller family. So those are not very popular. But the Zebu, they produce just enough milk for a daily use of a smaller family. We don't personally milk ours a whole lot to drink it, just because we have such a large family. We go through an insane amount of milk every day that we would honestly need a bigger cow for that. But I have milked them before, especially when they're having babies. I milk a little bit of colostrum out of them so I can save for future babies and just stuff like that. But they work good for a homestead. Their small size makes them super easy. First, they're easy to care for. Second, you can use way less acreage for them as you would a full-size cow. And another thing, they can be used for meat. Since they are a little bit smaller, you don't get quite as much meat as you would off of some of the other miniature breeds that are more for meat, or a full-size cow, obviously. But they can be butchered, so I know a couple people who, they have farms and they bought a bred female. So if it is a little bull, they will grow him out and they will actually butcher him. And then if it is a little heifer, they're going to keep her back for future generations and more calves. But I love our Zebu. I'm going to quickly flip this camera around so I can kind of show you. So I'm going to introduce them all to you. So this is Missy. This is my hand's in there. This is like my heart cow. Let me trying to videotape this. I'll giving her a scratch. So scratches are her favorite thing. You can see she loves to be scratched behind the ears and right up here along those bones along her face. That is her favorite thing. So this is Missy. I kind of showed you guys him earlier, but this is Dusty, our miniature Zebu bull. He is the only bull, and so I actually put this planter out here for reference. That is a little tiny planter versus Dusty. You can see how short he is. I mean, he does not even come up to my hips, and I'm a short person, so most cows come about to my face. These here, I'm gonna walk by. These are our miniature Herefords too, and they will actually be bred to Dusty, so we will get little Zerford calves out of them. And all the other Zebu are out here in the field. So I'm just gonna walk out here and show those to you. So part of what I love about the Zebu too is they have great personalities, and they are, I'd say for the most part, they're a pretty calm breed, super mellow and laid back. So we were all of our Zebu as adults, and a lot of them were not super tame when we got them. If you walked out to the field, they would not be near you. And you can see, I just walked out here to these guys, and they really don't care that I'm not here. A lot of them I can give pets to, scratches, and they will all eat out of my hand. So this here is Sugar. She's one of mine also. And I'm excited to tell you guys, we got 3 new Zebu just the other day. So we just got these guys home, and they're finally getting real settled in. But when we first dropped these off the trailer, the lady even told us when we were getting them, she's like, these are not super tame, you can't really pet them or anything. Well, you can see, I just walked straight up to this girl, and she does not care. She's not quite to the point yet where I can give her lots of pets and snuggles, but we will get her there with just a little bit of time. And I've not even used feed yet to help motivate them to like me, but that always helps. So this is Wendy. So Wendy and Dusty were actually the first Zebu that we got here on the farm, so they do hold a special spot to me. And then, oh, she came back over. Here's one of the other new ones. And then here's the other one. And like I said, when we first got them, they would not even let you get near them. And even the lady said that's how they were always for her. And just after a couple days with some loving and some time spent, they have already tremendously calmed down. These girls do not have names yet. So we have 3 Zebu heifers with no names. So go ahead and in the comments drop down below a name that you think we should give them. Give me your 3 best names, and we will go through them this week and find a name and some names that we think fit these girls perfectly. So another new thing about these new ones is these are actually my first registered Zebu. So we've had Zebu for a little while now, almost 2 years. So not a super long time, but enough I've learned a lot about this breed. But I've never got to have my own registered ones. I've wanted them for a while, and then something came up where some lady posted these ones, and she was actually down in Oklahoma, and it was, it was Sunday night. I went and I found Dad, and I was like, you want to go to Oklahoma? So Monday morning, we made a road trip down to Oklahoma, and we picked up these 3 lovely ladies. But what I love about registered is I can sort of geek out on, oh, she's like, what are you doing, lady? I can sort of geek out on genetics, and the funny thing is, so this girl is mine. She's the one I picked out. I picked her out before I even knew the papers, genetics, any of that. Dad came home, when we got in the truck, I was looking at the papers. I knew every one of her, every single animal on her paper. Her mom, her dad, grandparents, and all of it. I was so excited. So what is awesome about having them registered is you can do that. You see who their parents were, grandparents, and you can find out who bred them and such. So one thing about her is she's not quite full grown yet. She's a little bit on the younger side. So what I was going to do is I went and I looked and saw what her parents were or what their heights were. And then so that's how I kind of know what she'll stay at, what her height will be. And I find out she should be full grown at this size. It gives me her birthday. And then another really cool thing is it showed me who bred her. So the person we bought them from is not the person who bred them, but she was the owner of them for the time. So I actually went, I found out who bred them. I found that person on Facebook. I messaged him, and I found pictures of these ones as babies. So I'm going to list those. I'm going to stick those up here on the screen for you guys to see. These as little tiny babies, little weanlings they were. And you guys already saw one of our Zebu baby just a couple weeks ago. That was actually Wendy's baby, and that was our little bull calf. And you can see how cute they are. You can see why I'm obsessed with babies. And when they're born, they're only like 12 to 15 pounds generally. Sometimes they can weigh up to 20. But they are the tiniest little babies, and I'm used to beef cows, which when they're born are anywhere from 50 to 80 pounds. So a big difference there. I personally just love the Zebu. They're some of my favorite animals. You can ask Dad. I'm part of the reason we have a bigger herd now because I'm obsessed. But those are just really what I wanted to show you today and tell you a little bit about them. Like I said, they are super great for a homestead, a smaller farm, or anyone who really just wants some smaller cows. Like you guys, you know what our farm is like. We have all sorts of critters here, and yet these are still some of my favorites. They are just awesome pets. Like, we personally don't have any dogs here right now. Anyways, I'm trying to convince Dad. But these are like my big babies to me. They are super, super sweet. I come out here with Missy, and when we got her, she'd kind of come up to you for a treat. I come out and I just sit with her. Like, I can lay on her like she's just my big pillow in all reality. But those are really what I wanted to discuss with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.